Update on the case of Virgilio Aguilar-Mendez. He's the migrant farm worker who had been charged in the death of a St. Johns County sheriff's officer. The charges against Aguilar-Mendez were dropped earlier this month after it was determined that Sergeant Michael Kunovich died from an undiagnosed problem. Today, Aguilar-Mendez was released from federal custody. News 4 Jax reporter Ann Maxwell was in Baker County when it happened a short time ago. Ann?
Stacey, Aguilar-Mendez had been in custody for about 10 months. I spoke with his attorney briefly today. He says his client was wrongfully imprisoned for that time. We were there, as you mentioned, as Aguilar-Mendez was leaving the Baker County Detention Center. We saw him smiling, hugging his attorney. That's Philip Arroyo. Arroyo says a team of attorneys have been working pro bono to get Aguilar-Mendez out of custody. He told me his client is a simple man who does not hold hate for anyone and is happy to be free. He said Aguilar-Mendez is looking forward to being reunited with his father and his community. According to another attorney for Aguilar-Mendez, he migrated to the U.S. from Guatemala through the southern border and was being held in a federal detention facility before being released to his father's family in Central Florida. Arroyo tells me his client was technically here legally and has always appeared at his immigration hearings. He moved to St. Augustine to work on a farm and was living in a hotel, sending money to his family in Guatemala at the time of the incident.
Today's a beautiful day. I think today is the embodiment of what our Constitution stands for. We don't live in a perfect country, but the powers that our Constitution provide at the end of the day pull through. And despite of the injustice that Virgilio had to live through, he was in prison for close to 10 months. Today, finally, he will be released from federal custody. It took a long journey to get here. It took a village.
What, in your view, should have been done differently?
I think the state attorney's office knew a long time ago that this case should have been dropped. Why they took almost 10 months to do it, that's something you guys are going to have to ask. And that's something that Volusia County voters are going to have to remember when they go to the voting booth. And the same thing applies to Sheriff Robert Hardwick.
And again, this all stemmed from an incident that happened about 10 months ago in St. Johns County. That incident garnered national attention.
Don't walk away from me.
No, sorry.
Don't pull away from me.
In May of 2023, Sergeant Michael Kunovich approached 18-year-old Virgilio Aguilar-Mendez. In this body camera video, he's seen eating dinner outside of a closed St. Augustine restaurant and talking on the phone. Sergeant Kunovich, who, according to the arrest report, believed the teen was engaged in suspicious behavior, asked him for ID. It appears he didn't understand, telling the deputy he didn't speak English. Aguilar-Mendez is seen resisting as Sergeant Kunovich tries to pat him down. A struggle ensues, and the deputy tases him. Deputies eventually force him into handcuffs. Aguilar-Mendez had a pocket knife in his back pocket. After the encounter, Sergeant Kunovich collapsed. He died on the way to the hospital. The medical examiner said it was due to pre-existing cardiovascular issues. Aguilar-Mendez was initially charged with felony murder of a police officer and resisting arrest. The murder charge was later downgraded to aggravated manslaughter of a police officer and eventually dismissed. Aguilar-Mendez has been in custody since his arrest in May, but a judge eventually ruled he was not competent to stand trial because of educational, cultural, and linguistic challenges, as he speaks a regional dialect. On March 1st, the state attorney's office dropped the charges against him. Aguilar-Mendez was transferred to the custody of Homeland Security to await his immigration hearing. Last month, Arroyo and other attorneys filed a civil rights lawsuit against the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, alleging Aguilar-Mendez's rights were violated because the St. Johns County deputies responding should have known or knew that he didn't speak English well and didn't try to communicate with him in a different language. As for what's happening next for Aguilar-Mendez, his attorney would not say where he's going. He said for security reasons. He also said his client has a long-standing immigration hearing that's scheduled coming up that he will be attending. Reporting live, Ann Maxwell, Channel 4, the local station.